Oakland man who doesn't want to be called an Oaklander, even though he's been called here for 34 years. He is from the great city of Baltimore. Sorry about your Ravens against the Raiders.
Yeah.
But how has Oakland changed over the 34 years you've been here?
It's been completely gentrified.
Ah, that word again.
It's going to always resonate if people know exactly what's really going on.
And on this day that Uber has moved its headquarters to the old Sears building now.
Mm-hmm. What I've heard.
Oh, its press conference is at 12:30 today.
Today?
Yeah, it turned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
So I'm
interestingly,
going to do this radio show, and I'm going to try to come back and do the press conference, but I'll just make videos about it anyway.
well, interestingly about that, we'll go back to the beginning of where it started. People don't realize that the Department of Housing and Urban Development sets the policy as to where everyone in America is going to live. They decide that, and until people understand about how policy change is necessary, they will always be at the hand of those power brokers who play the game and stay to themselves while they play the game.
Hey, by the way, you got a little air conditioning?
Sure,
Like it?
it's already on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'll just turn it on.
Thank you.
Who plays the game? And the game is very simple. I will decide where you live. America has never been integrated. It never will be integrated at the rate that it is going on. We all live in the same city, but it's not integrated. Integrated would be my next door neighbor, I have the same opportunity as everyone have the same opportunities. Well, we don't.
Right.
Some people pay disproportionately more to stay in an area that's disproportionately valued less.
Oh, by the way, can I make a recommendation? Get into the left lane, turn left.
You let me drive this car. I'm going to get you there. I promise you, I'm going to get you there. But I am doing the driving, okay?
I know, but I'm a backseat New York type guy.
Okay.
Even though I'm not from New York.
Backseat New York type guy, I know the fastest route to get you there.
Okay.
And I'm going to get you there.
All right.
I promise you. I'm not going to break the law, but I'm going to get you there.
You're lucky you're not with my mom. My mom would be in the front seat telling you what to do.
Okay. Well, then she would have to take the wheel.
Oh, she'd do that too.
Okay. But the point overall is that when the plan went into effect, unfortunately, some people don't know anything about community building. Some people have no idea as to what the methodology of community building entails. And that certainly was the case for the elected officials for not only the city of Oakland, the city of San Francisco, which has a different flair in itself. Because San Francisco has been determined since 1906 that it would never equate African Americans, particularly African Americans, in any way, shape, or form equal, capable of being equal in any way possible of being pursuers, doers, receivers, achievers of quote-unquote the American dream. San Francisco is determined that that should never be the case. However, coming to the East Bay, you would have believed and or thought that the East Bay would have had a different flair in and of itself because of quote-unquote, well, it wasn't even quote-unquote at that particular point, but because of the fact that this was a higher concentration of people of color, okay? Oakland has gone from 75% African American to now 25% African American, and it is continuously dwindling.
Right.
The real estate, ironically, and it escapes me every moment, how was the real estate only worth $50,000 per house in Victorian-style homes in West Oakland, now only they're worth $500,000 and more? Okay, it escapes me, and it has nothing to do with the collapse of the real estate market, because the very people who are now benefiting from the purchase of those low-priced properties are the very people who cause the real estate market to collapse. So we need to understand that. And then after they cause the market to, even after they set it up to collapse, they laid a foundation making sure that those pursuing the American dream, if you will, were given the worst possible loans that could have been.
FYI, my video has a limit, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Has been acquired, yeah. But what I think about the change, I think it's devastating. I really do. Now, I would not, no one here would agree with me because they're looking at the success of it. But this is not successful because it's not integrated.
I ask you, have you been racially profiled?
I get racially profiled every 32 seconds.
Whoa! Oh, explain. I think I know what you mean, but
I can step out the car and go right there, and I promise you, somebody in that crowd will profile me. I will either be a threat, I will be a problem, I will be feared, I will be revered, I will be a lot of things. Profiled, period, dot. Okay? People don't even understand how they're being profiled sometimes when the profiling is taking place in such an inconspicuous way. But profiling takes place. I would venture to say I get profiled every 10 seconds.
You say that, but how can you tell that the person is doing, are you talking about acting a certain way or just that they see you?
Conduct, thought, behavior, sure, comments, statements, code words. The list is long.
Yep.
The list is very long.
What do you think we can do about it?
We?
Yeah.
I'm not trying anymore. Apparently, people that are racially profiled are comfortable and satisfied and docile and susceptible and receive it. I don't try anymore. You won't do it to me if I catch you. I won't pessimistically or optimistically or act in a way that I feel paranoid or would be revered as paranoid or schizoid or any of those levels. But when you do something and I know that your actions are intended for that purpose, I'll call you on it. Let me give you an example. May I help you guys? What do you think that means?
Service, may I help you all?
Right. It's actually a code. And the code was generated for the purposes of reducing formal communication and eliminating the need to say, may I help you, sir? May I
didn't
help
realize
you,
that.
ma'am?
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay?
You're right.
So now we have everyone.
Yeah, I do remember when we went from sir and ma'am to you guys. And
you guys.
And I say sir in the South, interestingly.
Okay.
Because it's still the culture.
But the fact is,
here it's not.
It's you guys.
Yeah.
That eliminates the need to be addressed because the young people are doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So if you do it among yourselves, that's between your culture. But how dare a 20-year-old walk over to me and say, what can I help you guys with? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. First of all, I'm old enough to be your father or your grandfather, so we're going to correct the communication right away. It has to be corrected right away. And usually they will not, and I'm being real clear about this, they will not acquiesce to calling you otherwise. They will struggle with saying sir or ma'am. They struggle with that. They'll come back to the table and it will be...
It's funny because in the South I don't experience that. I experience being called sir most of the time, regardless of age.
Sure.
Because I spent over half my time there.
Of course.
You know.
But it's what's been instilled. There are no community roots here, first of all. There's none. You live next door to people who don't even know their name. You live in a block with people that have no idea who you are. And until they get comfortable or until they see you more than once or twice or possibly 5 times, they're not comfortable with who you are until they determine that, oh, okay, you are there and you are a resident and you do belong there because you do reside there. And then that is even questioned, as opposed to when you get into an actual community of homeowners. Unless you buy into a white neighborhood and everybody runs a check on you. And they do it. But it's a part of profiling.
Oh, I read next door. I get the white paranoid fear of somebody of color, because it's always, well, this black person or this, they always say Hispanic, not Latino. It's psychotic to me.
Well, I mean,
straight up psychotic.
First of all, I'll tell you what's even worse.
It's immature to me, too.
The fact that they are now allowing Latinos to identify as white has got me completely perplexed.
Oh, that's always been. There's actually 4 categories.
No, it hasn't always been.
In terms of the census, it has.
Census,
right.
Just since President Obama's election.
No, it was there before. Because
no, it was not.
Yes, it was. And I'll tell you why. No, I'll tell you why. Look, my client was Ed Lee when he was over the executive director of the San Francisco Human Rights Commission. I wrote a study called African Americans in San Francisco from 1960 to 1990. The census data was divided that way back then. Okay? And I've got the study to prove it, so sorry.
I would like to see it.
Yeah, happy to show it to you.
I would like to see that because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
I remember the discussion that took place on a panel when that actually came up, and that was during the President Obama's administration.
Yeah, no, it's been there way before Barack. I can tell you that. Well, yeah. And Ed Lee's the mayor now.
Well, he postures as the mayor. Gavin Newsom is the mayor.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, Gavin's my buddy. I like Gavin.
Well,
he's lieutenant governor.
My sympathy to you.
I like Gavin, man. He's been good. He's a good guy.
No, he's not.
Well, to me, he's my friend, though. You have to remember.
Well, I mean, he's your friend. Then you are in bed with gentrifiers. Period. Dot. Let's leave it where it is. Because I'm going to call it what it is.
All right. I won't.
You won't like it, but I'll tell you the truth.
I get death threats. I don't get upset about stuff
like that. I wouldn't dare do something like that. But I'm just letting you know who you're dealing with.
Oh, okay? I know. Yeah.
All right.
But I don't. But he would disagree. He would say.
Well, he would disagree. But the fact of the matter is, that's on the surface of the matter. But let's get to the root cause, because your next governor for the state of California will be Gavin Newsom. Now, Gregory, how do you know this? How do you know this? When they decided to move Kamala Harris into the position to seek for a position in Senate, okay, it cleared the way for Gavin to come straight through after Jerry Brown ends his.
Yeah, but Gavin's got to win first. It's not like people. I mean, this is your voice. So forgive me. So I was just saying, but
y'all done read. I'm sorry, y'all subscribe to a world I don't believe. You going to this college?
Oh yeah, I'm going to Mariner Square.
Excuse me?
Mariner Square is where I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.